Hello everyone and welcome to another Project Lifestyle video. So today we're going to be focusing on selfies with me and my little one, and this is going to be a fun page going in the my baby's album. And so I'm going to have fun with patterns and encourage you to use your stash of journaling cards in different ways so that you bash your stash and use what you have. So I'm going to start by grounding this photo with that piece of washi just to give your eye something to break up the pattern. I'm going to stamp my title and combine stamps to make this title, as well as a wooden element for the ampersand. So this isn't really a chipboard or wood veneer, it's kind of in between. It's nice and thin and it fits perfectly there. And then here I'm going to do something that may scare some of you. If you're an experienced stamper, please just do what I do. But if you're not experienced with stamping, don't do what I do. I'm taking a wood stamp and I just inked up the word "you" and then I'm eyeballing it in a sense to stamp my title there. So if you're not a comfortable stamper, don't do that. Use a tool called a Stamp-A-Majig or use clear stamps if you're more comfortable than using the wood stamp as I did there. But as you can see, it worked out fine and I think it turned out great. I like mixing the font there for my title. And so I'm just kind of handwriting selfies here, and this is going to be a spread full of selfies of me and my little one. So that's the first pocket done. So here's a second journaling card that I'm going to be using, and this one should have been used vertically, and it had that prompt there on the right saying that I love this story. And so I'm just going to cover that up, and because it's a grid pattern, I could turn this card horizontally and you don't know the difference. So that's one way to use up some journaling cards, is cover up the little prompt. You don't feel obligated to fill it with that prompt that it's asking you for, and you can just use it for the color as a background. So this is just a little cutout from the Stampin' Up! Catalog I've had, and some word stickers is what another thing I'm trying to use on this page. I'm not really a fan of word stickers just because they rarely have the words that I'm looking for or that I want to use, and I end up reading the whole sheet every time, and it just takes a long time for me to find something to use. But they are part of my stash. They came in a kit I had a while ago, and I just have to use them. So I found these few that worked, and then I'm going to embellish with some more wood veneer and some stars just to break it up. Don't want to stick too much to the hearts. And then that same gray washi just to kind of dress up that corner. So here's another journaling card that's supposed to be used vertically, and that big camera image, I'm just going to cover that up, and again I turned the card horizontal, so now the lines are going up and down instead of side to side. So again, this was a journaling card that you may think is just for journaling because it has all the lines. I'm going to use it as a background, and I covered up that camera with some pretty paper, and it gives it a totally different look and a different purpose. So I'm just adding a little label to indicate where this photo was taken, and I'm not being too particular of where these photos were taken and why, or the times and the dates. I'm just putting them all together on one spread. This little flamingo is something I've had in my stash as well, so another thing for you to try to use up those odds and ends that may have come in a kit or a pack that you have, and if the colors work, I say why not. So here the colors worked out. It was pink, it had the blue and the yellow. It just says Lazy Days, and this was me and my little one at a picnic, so it went well. And again, I'm using my stash of brads. I'm trying to get through and use some of them up. So another tip for you on using up your stash of things like that is I have it sitting here on my desk, so it's there ready to go, and so that prompts me to use them when I'm looking for an embellishment. So if you have like maybe a pack of stickers or brads or maybe some enamel dots that you want to get to use and they're in your stash for a while, put them out on your desk, have them ready to go, and then the next time you're crafting, they'll be easily accessible, you'll see them, and you'll most likely use them. And if not, you may get irritated with them, and you may actually end up giving them away. So that may be a way to bash through some of your stash. If you're really not inspired by them, you don't want to use them, then it might be better just to get rid of them. So here's a rubber piece, that Sweet Things. It's a little new embellishment I'm just trying out, and it's kind of fun to use those rubber pieces. They bring a nice little look. And so I just added some more brads there to kind of make this look like a little sign, and I like the way that turned out. the black contrast. Again, that same washi just to separate the pattern from now this new label that I'm adding here. I just hand wrote on the label where we were at. And then just to somehow frame the photo, I'm just going to do my typical little outline around the edge. So very quick and easy. And then I'm also trying to bash my stash of embellishments. So I went through my little container I have of hearts, and I found this one and I thought it was nice and cute, and so I decided to use it here. And I did let it go off the page a little bit because I like the way that looks, and it makes the embellishments look like it's coming straight down through the little pocket here. So that will finish that pocket. So moving along to another photo here, using that same pattern paper that I used before of those arrows, and then this solid color also came from the same paper pad. So another quick way to make your own journaling cards that already coordinate is just cut them up from a paper pad, and they work well together. So again, that same washi just gives me a place to start embellishing. So just the same embellishments I was using before, word stickers and then some brads and wood veneer. So just trying to use my stash, and this was another little embellishment I had just laying around in my stash that I wanted to use. I thought the colors didn't go well, but the sentiment worked. So I didn't know when else I would use it, so I just decided to use it there on the side. So again, wood veneer is another thing I'm trying to use up, and I do like the way wood veneer looks. And then just add a little balance on the left side. I'm going to add another brad, and then I'm going to add one more little one on the right side, similar to like an enamel dot because it's a smaller brad, and that will finish this pocket. So here again is another journaling card, kind of intended to be a title card. So again, I'm just going to cover it up so that I'm just using the background for the color, and I'm not limited to using it just for what its intended purpose was. And so now that it's covered, again, I can just use it as a background and just start designing on top of it. So another little embellishment piece. I just thought the colors went well, so I just stuck it up there, and another brad. So I have these brads and they're neutral colors, so that also makes them easier to use. So another thing, I just try not to buy things in solid colors or bright colors, so I'll get more use out of them if they're neutral. So I have like silver, bronze, black, white, gray. Those are the brads that I have, and those are the ones I have out ready because I could pretty much use them on almost anything. So here's another label just to indicate where we were, and I just hand wrote on that, and then I'm just going to add a little more handwriting here on the bottom that we were on the train in this particular picture. And then again another brad on the right, just for balance since everything was on the left. Just kind of draw your eye to the right. And so that will finish the spread. Here's all of it, the pockets put together. So I hope you are encouraged to use up some of those journaling cards and maybe an embellishment like your brads. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!